What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Taco Tully, also known as Taco Tully from the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. And as always, I am joined by the host of Stump the Smart, Johnny Van Frank. Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
We need to talk to the producers of the show. Somehow, this Taco Meat Tuesday has a nice, fun graphic. Where's Johnny's graphic?
Because sometimes things aren't
Where
about you.
is Johnny's graphic? Johnny is the one that makes the money on the show. You don't. I do. Where's Johnny's graphic?
Well, that sounds like something you need to work out in your next contract. That's a you problem, not a me problem. But anyway, how you doing? It's been so long since I've seen you.
I've had better days. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I
What
got
is
my
that?
mini tacos. These are mini tacos. I'm ready to go.
Oh, jeez. Mini tacos?
Yes,
Full size tacos aren't good enough for you?
not today.
Where are the
They're
mini tacos
snackable.
from?
These are Jack in the Box.
I know they're in a box. Where are they from?
They're from Jack in a
I
Box.
can't see that. Come on.
You can see. There you go. There
I
you go.
what? Okay. You know what?
What?
I don't have time for you, young children.
Inhale tacos, exhale that negativity. Anyway,
Sure.
there's been some crazy news and stuff happening in wrestling these days. Wouldn't you say?
A lot of crazy news and stuff.
So, want to get right on into it. I know that it's Tuesday night. We're about 90 minutes away from NXT and the fallout of Vengeance Day. Let's get right on into the biggest story coming out of that weekend. Melo Gang is no more. Melo has finally let his true colors come to light. He ambushed / Pillmanized, sorta, Trick's left knee. How do you feel about the split?
I'm happy with the split. It took long enough to get there, but I'm happy with how we got there. Ultimately, it took a little while, like I said, and I'm excited to see the logic behind why now with Mello, why after a Trick loss, why after all these months did he finally decide to turn? Was it him? What did he attack Trick in back in whenever was that October, September? Was he the one to attack him? I think tonight we need some answers, but he posted on this thing called Instagram. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I'm on the gram. So are the wrestling junkies.
And
Also, where are my manners? We didn't do the usual stuff. They're going to be so pissed at us. We're sorry, guys. Remember, hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Help them to run those numbers up. They're 100 followers away from 1,000 on Twitter. That was their goal by the end of the year. So we appreciate the support for the wrestling junkies. As always, subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Anyway, back to your point. Instagram, Mellow Hayes.
Mello Hayes. Who's
That's his
that?
name. That's
It's Carmelo Hayes.
He's the guy
His
that whooped that
nickname
trick
is
on
Mello.
Saturday.
That is you said my point. Yeah, he
Does
had
his
one
does his
word.
nickname
Does his nickname what?
does his nickname negate the fact that he has a last name which is Hayes?
Does your nickname negate that you have a last name? Is your last name Tully?
Yeah. So it's a
Oh,
mononym, like Cher.
you're a mononym.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, so question for you. If they do not come back to
Candy.
the ambush in October, does this set this story up for failure?
Yes. I need to know who attacked him and why he attacked him then, and I need to know why he attacked him at Vengeance Day. Why was the wait so long? Why did he do it in the first place? We need some storytelling tonight. I think we will get it. I don't think we will see Trick Williams for a couple of weeks due to the knee injury. I'm okay with that. I would preferably see Carmelo win the title so that they can face off for the title at Stand and Deliver. But if that doesn't happen, this match will be fine. I don't know who the dance partner is for Ilya at Stand and Deliver, but there's a potential to have a three-way at Stand and Deliver, maybe. I don't know if they want to go that route, but overall, it took a long time. I'm happy with where we are now. Let's get to the next chapter, I would say. Finish the story. You're on
And
mute.
at this point, yeah, I see it. It's okay. I was muted so that I could enjoy my mini tacos in peace. But with this story, there needs to be some clear indication of why, especially because Melo is on his way to SmackDown. It seems like the segments we've seen with him and Nick Aldis, that's likely where he's going to end up when he's main roster bound. Why go through all this trouble to sabotage his friend, who is also just trying to come up as well?
I couldn't have said it any better. I need to know why. Why, Melo? Why is the headline that I would write.
Yeah, Johnny would never do that to me, so we're intrigued to see kind of where this goes here.
I don't know where you are.
Sorry that we switched spots, Kyle. It's kind of a new production thing. That's what you gonna do? It's one of those days. Dude, he's the head of the network. You have to.
The head of the network? So is this the guy I need to talk to about getting me a graphic on this show? Kyle, can you make a graphic happen? I need a graphic for the show for me. Can we make that happen? Thank you.
No, but you kind of just, forced your way into this show here on Tuesdays.
Billable to at Wrestling Junkies. Thank you. We will eat any cost. Go ahead.
Anyway.
What happened? What's happening? I had a mini taco.
Anyway. Yeah, no, they're delicious, actually. Yeah, they're really, really good. He doesn't make graphics, so I guess you're going to have to talk to Mr. Cincinnati about that, and you just pissed him off, so, hey, tough stuff. Anyway.
What do you mean you don't make graphics?
He doesn't
He's
make
the
graphics,
head of the network, and we're not making graphics?
Well, there's a department.
I know.
Ask
Bill.
I need to talk
to
my lawyer. People. All right. Anyway, want to get back to Vengeance Day?
I never left.
Okay. Wolf Dogs won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. This was a okay match. We've seen all four of these guys have better matches. I just don't think the chemistry was there this weekend, which is, it's fine. It is what it is.
I'm okay with it because Trick had to wrestle again that night. So I'm okay with the shorter match. Don't risk the injury. You have a larger story to tell. Braun is a star in the making. Don't you question my patriotism. R.I.P. Toby Keith, by the way. Don't you question my patriotism. Did you just take a bite in the middle of my answer? No, I'm not gonna vamp. You don't eat on the radio show. You don't eat on this show. You don't just take a bite in the middle of an answer and then tell me to vamp. You don't tell Johnny to vamp.
Okay, well, you just did your job. I appreciate that. Thank you. I asked you to vamp. You vamped. So,
Why are we talking about NXT?
Because Vengeance Day happened this weekend. It's kind of it's their road to WrestleMania. So I assume there's nothing else from Vengeance Day that you want to talk about.
If you would like to hear a full, fun recap of Vengeance Day, go check out yesterday's show with the podcast dad and Mr. Cincinnati, who, might I say, Mr. Cincinnati and I don't agree all the time. He made some pretty good points. Yeah, but you love him. He made some pretty good points. Guys, go listen to that. Go click on yesterday's episode to listen to those great points.
I appreciate this so much. Thanks, Chris. You've met him. He was on the Royal Rumble pre-show. We appreciate having him.
I have never met anybody.
Yeah, okay, they meet me.
I don't meet people. They meet me. Okay, you hear me?
Well, Johnny Van Frank, Chris Hale.
I've been to plenty of discos. Thank you, Mr. Hale.
You seem like a Studio 54 guy. Anyway, let's move
62
on to Monday Night Raw. All right, let's move on to Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre continues to show why he is now officially one of the best heels in WWE right now. It's savage stuff, and it's almost like a light switch flipped. I mean, he comes out last night with a shirt commissioned by Drew McIntyre that basically has a tombstone that says CM Punk's main event 2024 to 2024. Do you feel like Drew McIntyre is or is going to re-sign with WWE given this love that he's getting?
I think he has re-signed because of his creative lately. I feel like they have kind of given him a, you weren't happy with what we were doing? You take it, kind of run with it. And he has been posting on social media. He's just been jabbing. And why would they be setting up this Punk Drew thing if Drew's going to leave? They're setting that up because we're going to get a Punk Drew match in the future. I think it's going to happen. And they wouldn't keep doing it if Drew was leaving, right? That's kind of my kind of my inkling into it is they I think they have to know that he's back because they keep harping on this point and because he's still. I mean, if the guy's not signed for after WrestleMania, then why is he mixing it up with the two top stars on Raw? That is not WWE style. If you are not coming around, then you're out. And then they do not push you in the main event scene. So, thank
Yeah,
you,
and
Kyle.
he's too talented of a guy. I mean, when we saw him leave the first time and go to the Indies and absolutely crush it, that was perfect for him to, to quote JR, get well soon, go learn a new hold and come back. And he's done exactly that. And, we see the influx of talent that are going to the Indies right now. Mustafa Ali, Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona. When we think about Drew McIntyre going to the, I can't necessarily see that. I mean, he has turned himself into the prototypical. I can't even believe I'm going to put this comment on the air, but okay. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Smart man.
So now,
Smart man.
so now you like him. Got it.
Smart
okay.
man.
Right.
I didn't say I disliked him.
Yeah,
I never said I disliked him. I dislike a comment. I'm allowed to like that.
That's fine.
Smart man.
But it almost feels like McIntyre, like this is right where he should be. I don't necessarily see him fitting into AEW at all. He's more of a character than he is a wrestler. He can work, but I mean, you just think of the character work that he's done over the last few years.
I might get some heat for saying this. If Drew goes over to AEW, he kind of feels like the big fish. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
If you attack me, I'm sorry. If you attack me, I don't care. But Drew is, like
Be
you said,
constructive about it if you're going to do that.
Drew is kind of tailor-made for WWE. He looks the part, he acts the part, he talks the part. Like, he is a prototypical WWE superstar. So, continue to move that. How come every time I answer, I look up and you're chewing? I'm going to make a shirt.
Leave me alone.
With your face on it. And an RIP. And, to be honest, I have already ordered this shirt. I've already ordered the Drew McIntyre shirt. It is on the way. They were selling it on shop. I love what he's doing. I love everything about Drew. What do you see Drew doing at WrestleMania? Because we have one match announced. I think Thursday we will get a couple more. But as of right now, the whole WrestleMania card is as clear as mud.
And that's why I think it's really, really tough to give a prediction now instead of waiting until Thursday.
So you got to do it. I don't see you on Thursday. I see you now.
Okay. Well, I have a phone. It works. Call me sometime.
I don't have your number.
Fine.
Why would I have your number?
Whatever.
Snapchat what? Is that the ones that disappear?
Yes, again.
Is that the one with the pictures that disappear?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll get in trouble with that one.
Anyway. So as far as Drew, I'm just going to put it out there. Triple threat match for Big Gold involving Seth and Cody as well. You heard me.
I'm sorry?
You heard me.
Are they bringing that title back?
No, that one.
Oh, you're talking about the okay, you're talking about the Kmart knockoff. Okay.
Big Gold 2. I'm sorry, what did you just say about my belt?
You heard me.
Do Mr. Cincinnati and the podcast dad buy you belts for all your hard work that you do for this podcast? No.
No, they just pay me money.
Yeah, well, to quote Stephen A., lay off the weed. I think that's why you think you're making as much money as you are.
It's legal here.
I never said it wasn't.
I never said it.
This is a weird friendship. Anyway, so let's talk about the tag team division here. DIY getting a massive win against the Creed Brothers, Imperium, and the New Day. They will be taking on Tyler Bate, and the winner will go into Elimination Chamber to fight Judgment Day for the tag team titles. It feels like an NXT renaissance of sorts, man. It's insane that we're going to get these two teams. Triple H is very much in the driver's seat when it comes to the tag team division here, and I'm just so excited to see what they do. Johnny's like maybe a buck or two, but it's fine. He's cool.
Uh,
He's not as cool as
yeah,
Julian and Ray Ray, but he's cool.
and they are wrestling Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Don't leave out Pete Dunne, please. The quote unquote British strong. So yes, this feels like an NXT Black and Gold fever dream. We get some great tag teams. I think we're going to see some great tag teams mix it up. I think DIY is going to win. They're a little bit more of the established team, although I wouldn't be mad at British Strong Style winning because either way, I don't think either of these two teams are the program for Judgment Day at WrestleMania, but it would be a fun match at a Perth. That's why I think a British Strong Style may get the win here to mix it up and kind of, even though I just said DIY, but I will change my answer because I am allowed to, and I will say British Strong Style.
That's fair. I'm still going to go DIY again. They are much more established as a team here. I think the bigger question is, do we see the Judgment Day lose the tag team titles here and go titleless into May? Even with the looming Senior Money in the Bank? Okay. All right.
Nope. You want me to tell you what's going to happen at WrestleMania for Judgment Day?
This is a spoiler, not a prediction.
Yes.
Fine. Have at it.
They're going to lose to the Awesome Truth. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. No, that's
and R-Truth will get his WrestleMania moment that he's thoroughly earned.
That's cool. That's cool.
So I'm okay with that.
It would be nice to see Miz do something other than a hosting or a segment like he usually does at WrestleMania. So, all right, okay. I like where your head's at.
So they both get their little moment in the sun. Doesn't have to be a long reign. You have now established tag team, but give R-Truth that moment on the biggest stage because we don't know how many more, even though he looks fantastic. We don't know how many more manias he has in him, and we don't know how many more prominent storylines this guy's going to be in. So let him have it. But like this one, it's going to be it's adding depth to the tag division. We had 8 tag teams go in these 2 matches. That's pretty good. Time to split up the titles, Triple H. Time to split them up. Give me a Raw, give me a SmackDown. Let's go.
Hopefully some better looking belts too.
I don't want any more of the silver dollars.
I know, that's why I suggested new belts.
Well, you obviously have no taste in belts, so I don't.
Got plenty of taste in belts. Do you not see the Bengals belt back there too?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
I was talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay,
I thought you were talking to our lovely fans.
Let's move it. Our fans are awesome, but I mean, that's what this is. It's a conversation with you. I mean, if they hop in the chats and stuff, we'll engage. Yeah, but this is still a conversation between 2 pals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's use pal loosely.
All right, whatever. Let's move on to the women's tag team division. Kabuki Warriors defeated KC2 last night in the rematch of the women's tag team championships. They're not losing anytime soon because of the Damage Control story. I'm a little disappointed that this match didn't get a little bit more time, just because I feel like there had been, an effort to get women's tag team wrestling some expanded segments, especially going into 2024. So, hoping that this is just blip on the radar and they get back to normal. But Kabuki Warriors, I love it. Here for it.
Yep, they'll have a prominent spot. I need some more character depth with KC Squared. I get it. They like to party. Hey,
Didn't
Johnny likes
Cincinnati
a good party.
Point that out last week.
But I need a little something more. I need a little something more depth and character. Like that's fine.
Did the podcast dad tell you to finally give an about face with that just because Mr. Cincinnati said something, or are you just waiting? Okay.
I don't listen to the show. I am very busy. I'm a very busy man. You're
Even
lucky you
Strahan watches Good Morning America.
10 more minutes.
Only 10
I got a lot of irons in the fire.
What could be more important right now?
There are stuff. I wasn't even in the middle of an answer, and you took a bite. You know what? I don't understand. I don't understand this generation. You eat in the middle of a conversation.
I hit
Jey
the mute
Uso
button.
is potentially going to be the Intercontinental Champion. I just don't get the
What
generation.
is the problem with Jey Uso taking the title off of Gunther?
Huh?
What would be the problem with that?
Oh, just the fact that, last week he was the New Day's water boy. Now he's going to take the title off of the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time?
Sure.
Okay. Could we change his name to Midcard Jey Uso?
No.
Why not?
Because he's doing just fine as main event Jey Uso.
He's not going to be in the main event.
Not yet.
Here's what I will say about this title. Okay. If Jey Uso wins this title, it devalues the title.
Damn. Okay. That's
Hot take. Hot take. Yeah. Hey, he's over with the crowd. That's great. What's been your favorite Jey Uso singles match?
All right, fair point. And I like that answer. That's a somebody's been listening to their Panic at the Disco lately. I like it.
All right, stay on task, buddy.
Okay.
Look, that is my point. Is Jey Uso has done nothing up to this point. As far as his singles run, he got the title shot at SummerSlam in a match that was way too long, a little bit too contrived, and then he went to Raw and hasn't really done anything. I'm going to ignore you at this point because I am on a roll and I hate you. But he hasn't done anything of substance on his own. He has won the Tag Team Champions with Cody. He has been in War Games with another team. What has he done on his own to go in there and say, I deserve an Intercontinental title shot? Why? Who have you beaten?
Who did Jinder Mahal beat to get his World Heavyweight title shot?
Jinder Mahal is a former World Heavyweight Champion. Yes or no? Yes or no?
He is. I'll give you that. Jey Uso is also one of the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. He also has.
I'm not talking about a tag team champion. History.
Okay, you may not be, but I am. I'm just talking championship runs in general. But in a business, it's very much what have you done for me lately? What did Jinder Mahal do in the ring to get that title shot?
I didn't know I was on the podcast with Taco Tony Khan.
I'm sorry, what'd you call me?
Yeah, that's right.
What did you call me?
Chew again in the middle of my answer.
Negative vibes. Negative vibes.
Chew again in the middle of my answer, Taco Tony Khan.
You know what? I may not be a Swiftie, but you need to calm down, okay?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, you need to calm down. So, all that I am saying here is that we can make those arguments for those two people about whether they deserve title shots or not. Jey Uso is over with the crowd, and sometimes that's all it is. Gunther has beaten everybody else that there is. He's also said that as well. So if he says that he's beaten everybody else that there is, and Jey Uso is not one of them, ipso facto, slide him on in for a Mania program. I'm fine with that.
Has Gunther beaten Seth
Elimination
Rollins?
Chamber. What's that?
Gunther beating Seth Rollins?
When?
Cody Rhodes? CM Punk?
He hasn't.
Roman Reigns?
He hasn't.
Okay. There's four guys I just named for you.
Okay, well, I'm going based off of what he said at his 600-day celebration last night, so don't fault me for quoting what was said to us on TV. You have your opinion, that's fine. Good, great, grand, wonderful. Love that for you. Hearts all day. I am just saying that there is no reason not to consider main event Jey Uso for a program that Jimmy will likely cost him if they're going to get to the Jimmy versus Jey match at WrestleMania.
Don't mock me. Don't you mock me. Jinder, how dare you? Jinder was never realistically going to win the WWE champion off of Seth Rollins. Jey Uso has potential to do it. And I'm just saying, if Jey Uso is the one to break Gunther's record-breaking reign, does that do anything for anybody moving forward? Or are we just going to get a lame duck run with Jey Uso as the IC champion?
I don't know that it would be a lame duck run yet. I mean, this is another one of the chances, even though we would prefer that the man makes the title. Sometimes it is the inverse. The title makes the man. This will be the first opportunity to see what Jey Uso has as a single star. Were we really buying Road Dogg Jesse James as a credible Intercontinental Champion back in '99? How about the Godfather?
Right.
There are plenty of names in the Attitude Era that helped.
Don't talk about the Attitude Era. Titles didn't mean anything in the Attitude Era. Don't talk about the Attitude Era.
I'm just saying there have been plenty of.
Do not try to make that point. Do not try to make that point and say.
There. I'm just saying you have the chance to have your say, and I'm now taking mine, dude. And these negative, like
because you are comparing. You are comparing Jey Uso to Road Dogg and Godfather. There you go. How memorable were their title runs?
Their careers are legendary, though.
I didn't say anything about his career. His career's been great. How memorable were his title runs?
Man.
Exactly. Is Jey Uso a big enough star right now to take the title off Gunther and then have a huge run with it? Why wouldn't you put it on somebody to make them a star?
Because who would you like them to put it on right now that Gunther has not already beaten, that they're not warming up for a WrestleMania or beyond program with Gunther?
Braun Breaker.
Okay. Well, he seems a little tied up with the War Dogs right now, and we'll see what happens there. And yet, they weren't teased yet. So, who knows? Anything could happen between now and WrestleMania.
When does the match happen? Because I don't think Gunther can go to Australia, correct?
I do not believe he can. So,
do you think this is a Raw?
I don't know. Probably most of them have been. Most of his major Intercontinental title matches have been.
So you don't, but like realistically, we've made our points. We'll get over. We'll get over it, right? Do you think this is the Mania program for both these men?
They fumbled the bag on Jimmy versus Jey. Now, I don't know how much of that had to do with the planned creative or any potential changes that we ended up seeing, less than a week later. We just don't know the answer to that. But if you were going to do Jimmy versus Jey at WrestleMania, two guys that are on two different shows, they were kept apart for the better part of 8+ months, just so you could get back to this, hopefully at the Rumble, where they both eliminate each other, and they didn't. What could they do now to make that happen?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that point. I think that's fine. And if that happens, I guess that's fine. I would have much rather seen them have a better interaction in the Rumble. Coming out 1 and 2 was cool. But yes, having Jimmy cost Jey to, again, plant those seeds, and then cost Jey again, where Jey's just like, all right, I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat you at Mania, that kind of thing. Like, I would have liked a little bit more storytelling with it, kind of like you said. They've kept them apart for over a year, so let's keep it going. Or less than a year, but you know what I mean. You got me all flustered because you're eating while I'm answering. You're yelling at me about Road Dogg. I'm just, You're
usually tougher under pressure. What's going on with you, bud? Everything all right?
I want Cody Rhodes.
Okay, I mean
that's we've seen the big man come back on campus. Nothing has been said. They didn't say anything last night either. Did you notice that?
I did notice that. No, and because they're likely saving that for this press conference that people are paying upwards of $2,500 to go to.
Crazy.
That's You're the one with the fat contract, and that's crazy.
Crazy. To go sit.
You spent weeks in the Poconos with Alex Trebek and Bob Barker, and somehow this is what outrages you.
It's crazy. In this economy. Yes.
You said it.
I agree. We want Cody Rhodes. We want Cody Rhodes to beat Roman. We want Cody Rhodes in the main event at WrestleMania. Finish the story. Come on. It's right there. It's right there, WWE. Finish it.
10-year anniversary of WrestleMania. This would be the time to do it. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, don't ever eat in the middle of my answer again.
I'm sorry, buddy, but they're just so good. Look at them. Look at them. They're just so. They're delicious.
What flavor is it?
They're just beef and refried beans. Nothing too crazy. Pretty simple.
There's no cheese on it?
No, I mean there might be in there. There's a dipping sauce that comes
Un-American?
with it, but I thought that would be a bridge too far from getting a dipping sauce on the air.
You know, fun fact about Johnny, I am a dipping sauce guy. I do like a good dipping sauce. I wouldn't have been mad at that.
Honestly, I think my DoorDash driver just forgot it, so here we are.
He forgot the. Did you call him back? Did you report that? How many stars did you give him? You better have given him 3.
Yeah, I mean you gotta spit
Because
two
forgetting
to
the
get
sauce,
less than 3
that's
stars.
mid.
It's yeah. I mean it's a little disappointing, but I still got the tacos, so you know. I got the tacos. You brought the tea. We're talking wrestling. Like it's cool. Yeah.
I bought the what? I bought the D.
Top
5 dipping sauces. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Number one is barbecue sauce every day, and I will say, a Cincinnati Classic Montgomeryan. Number two, a little bit of a bold choice, honey mustard. Johnny likes him a good honey mustard. Number 3 is ranch for pizza crust. Number 4 is marinara sauce. Marinara. Johnny likes a good cheese stick. Great cheese stick. And number 5.
Okay.
Number 5, I do like a real good plum sauce.
All right. Interesting choices there. I'm gonna say ranch is number 1.
We don't care about yours. He didn't ask you. He asked me.
The
we
question,
don't care about yours.
Well, he didn't.
No. He specifically asked me. Thank you guys for joining us for another great edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We were so happy filling in. Please go like us, follow us, subscribe on the YouTubes. Tell one friend that if you liked what you see here tonight, if you saw her tonight, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. He's got me all flustered. If you like what you're seeing, just tell a friend. We're having a great time. We need to pay my contract, so we got to keep these numbers going up because I'm just getting more expensive by the day. Taco, any final words?
Thank
you for joining us,
Calvin,
and the stream, Bill.
Todd Jr. and Ray. Thank you guys so much for joining this
Bill, and the stream.
Junkies podcast. We got 3 great interviews dropping this week. Mr. Cincinnati and the podcast dad are killing it with those. So, again, just continue to support us. We thank you guys so much for everything that you do for the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Mid-card Jey Uso.